So, slightly different video this time. I forgot my GoPros and we're doing a voiceover with a few iPhone clips. So, as you can see, this is the radiator tank. It, not healthy. I sandblasted it and it's just falling apart. So, the header tank is basically going to end up being remade, or at least the rusty parts are. I was debating making a full alley one, but it's a lot of effort. Here the sawzalling through it, and now you can see it's opened up. Thick layer of sludge, just porous metal everywhere, and it's, as I say, not healthy. So I'm going to end up remaking parts of the sides where the radiator hoses are. That is the the temperature gauge sender tube. So, wouldn't read anything. Here is washing the rust out. This obviously isn't all the rust, but it's a good amount of it. So now it's open. I will do the welding, sandblast it fully, epoxy coat it, and that should hopefully make it safe, or at least strong rather, for the next 40 odd years again. Now onto the engine. So I started taking the engine apart. Here I'm just cutting the radiator hoses and getting ready to take the rocker cover off. Amazingly, I only snapped that bolt, and that's it actually, 2 bolts. You can see there's some condensation inside the rockers, so this is going to result in me doing a full top end strip down, and I'm also going to do a bottom end check. So I'll pull the oil pan, check some of the shells, make sure they're good, and if they're showing any real signs of wear, I'm going to end up doing an in-frame rebuild. So this one, I'm just spraying them down with duck oil so I can remove the rust. And here I'm prepping the valve cover, or the upper valve cover, rock cover, whatever you want to call it, for paint. So these are going to go that nice metallic orange. And now into cleaning the cab. So I'll just say, basically I ripped the floor out and got it ready for punching the dents out. So here you can see it was just the damage caused to the cab when the slab went into it, and this is what I'm going to start repairing now. Big £7 hammer, £12 I think, or £10 sledge, and just a bit of brute force. got rid of the bulk of the dents. I'm gonna have to remake that thing over there, the sort of corner brace. But that one's straightened out, and there's not much of a bow in the back anymore, so I'm happy with that. Not perfectly smooth, but again, I don't care. It's an old work truck, and a few little dents here and there aren't going to bother me. This area here is a little more dimpled still, so I'll hammer and dolly that before it gets painted. But again, it's pretty much straight now. This internal brace though, I'm going to have to, what I'll probably end up doing is just strengthening it. I'll make another top hat section that sits inside it and rivet it all together. And yeah, got all the insulation stripped out. So the cab is pretty much as I want it to be now. I'll pop the door off, and then I'm going to do the doors, finish the radiator, and we'll finish off the engine as well before I take the cab off the chassis. Because once the cab's off the chassis, it's obviously totally immobile, which I don't want. At least at the minute, I can put a stool in here and I can drive it back and forth. Back to tearing down the engine, so I want to get the radiator out and strip down the front end. Amazingly, all the viscous fan bolts, or well, meat slicer fan bolts, I guess, came loose. However, the fan wouldn't come off the hub, so I ended up having to take the whole hub assembly off. Now, radiator's off the truck. You can see, yeah, basically the whole bottom tank is fucked. It just rotted apart. That's some of the bolts. Look more like rivets than anything else, where the heads have just dissolved or disintegrated. And I'm going to be remaking that. Quick little extra bit. Radiator fully stripped down. Sides are off it. I'm going to have to repair them or remake them. Not decided which yet. Radiator tank, I showed the other slightly earlier. It's all, you know, falling apart. Bottom hose ripped off when I was removing it, and the sludge in the bottom is thicker than the steel. So this is going to get remade. Top tank, I was debating making out of alley, but then I've got to polish it and not worth it. So I'm going to repair that. I need to order some 63mm pipe as well. Exhaust studs, well, the manifolds are off, as you can see. Removed there were 7 studs holding this one on. The 8th one had snapped previously. All 7 came out. Can't quite get in there to see. And on the driver's side, I only snapped 1 stud, which is that one there that's just sort of poking out, and then there were 2 at the back that snapped previously. So I'm hopefully going to be able to weld a nut to all of them and just pull them out. Then we'll start the teardown of the front end of the engine and yeah, go from there. Other than that, nice and productive weekend. So I'll end here and then come back for a load of fabrication next time when I bring my GoPro in. I'm going to make a start in the bulkhead as well, and I'll also run through the autocar cab because the guys, as I said earlier, the guys paid for it, and it's going to be next to my hit list basically because I need to get it gone, free some space up. But yeah, that's where I'm going to end this one now.